Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole.
Hello.
And Evie.
G'day.
And Kasuf. There he is.
Oh, hey,
His first
Kasuf.
Stargate SG1 appearance.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say it's his return from the movie. And
We
he's
met him at
obviously the
GayCon. He's lovely.
second. He is amazing. I very much love and appreciate him. What was I going to say?
He's
He's the second actor from the movie to reprise his role.
Yes.
After Alexis, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, this is terrific. So this is going to be kind of the sequel to Stargate SG1's pilot, Children of the Gods.
Yes.
And Daniel's wrestling with the truth of the situation, which is he's not going back with his wife, whom he promised to return.
Yeah.
And Skara's gone too. So
that's true. Yeah.
You got to imagine Kasuf's ready for some news.
I really appreciate this episode. Like, it really needed to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I was anticipating it, with the promise in the pilot that we're going to come back to this planet. So
yeah. Well, we've waited like a season and a half.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a long time coming, but kind of glad that they didn't address it immediately and they've sort of dragged it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps us interested.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
will say, this episode in particular, like, it is quite fun because not only do we get to revisit the kind of pilot vibes and Abydos and continue that kind of story, but it's also great because we get to see Sam and Jack actually, like, hanging out, just them two, They don't really do much bonding because they're always as a big team. And I like when they pair off. It's really nice.
Yeah, and obviously this is also Carmen's first episode as
That's right.
I forgot.
Oh, shame on us.
Shame on us.
Absolutely.
May you rest in peace.
Stock shot from the movie.
Yes. Yeah, this is actually the first episode also for the Deep Space Radar Telemetry cover story.
Yeah. I said that to somebody the other day. I was like, I'm busy. I've got some Deep Space Radar Telemetry to do. As like just a random joke. And obviously they didn't watch Stargate, so they did not get it. But I just said it and walked away, and it was hilarious to see.
And just like laughing in your head, thinking you're so clever.
Yeah. Very smug.
Oh boy, here we go. We're on bended knee.
Yeah. I like that he hasn't said anything. He's just sitting here listening to him talking about that.
And his English is so good.
Yeah. No bunny way this time.
Yeah. You ain't sweet, dude.
It's interesting that Daniel tried to like kind of respect the Abydos clothing by coming back in in what they expect him to be in, while like Teal'c
you have to.
in full uniform.
Visiting his father-in-law.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also more comfortable that way there. Oh. Uh-oh.
Were they separated at this time, or were they still a couple?
In real life?
No. I don't think that they were together anymore.
I mean, for those who don't know, she is technically pregnant with Tatiana Shanks.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right.
I always like wondered because obviously they had to like kind of ride her out. I was wondering at what point they actually separated. Because I just find that interesting. Just interesting behind the scenes facts, I do love the pregnancy because it's like, good job, Michael Shanks. You knocked her up and now we've got to write it into the show. But it added a really cool plot point.
That's exactly right.
Did
so much
I love pregnancy stuff. I love when people get pregnant and they have to find every way to get around it.
Each series
if it doesn't suit the character. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they did it poorly, aka Frasier. And sometimes they do it well, like in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like that Amanda Tapping, it didn't work for her character to be pregnant, so they managed to make it work. And then I love that when she came back a few months later, Claudia got pregnant. They were like, well, it works for her, so we'll throw that in.
You said Frasier, Evie?
Frasier, yeah.
The TV series Frasier.
Wait, Frasier, the TV series.
Okay, I was going to say,
I haven't seen it.
Sorry, not Doc
My
Frasier,
folks would know
obviously.
It. Right. I was like, I think she had her baby after she left the show.
I was going to say.
Frasier, the TV show with Kelsey Grammer. Yeah.
Stock shot from the movie. Stock shot from the movie.
Yeah, why not? Reuse, recycle.
Teal'c, why didn't you use that a year later when you killed her? God forbid you carry that then.
God. Yeah, my friends asked me that question.
Yeah.
I was going to say I was calling this the episode the one with the secrets to the power of six because it's the information leak. That's one secret. The Stargate itself, which is two. Then
Yep.
there's the nature of Armin's accident. Then there's
Mm.
Carter's secret from Jacob about her job. There's obviously hiding the child. And Aminette also means secrets or hidden.
I did not
I've
know
learned
that.
so many things in a
Yeah.
few seconds.
I know.
Wow. I'm going to have to go back
I
and listen to
also,
all that. Okay.
Yeah, that was cool. Hey, I also didn't realize that Chris Owens, who plays the journalist Armin Selleck, he is of X-Files fame. He was in 11 episodes of X-Files, and he played the
Wow.
character of Jeffrey Spender, who is Mulder's half brother.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is also the only episode directed by Dwayne Clark.
It's a good episode to direct, you know, if you're doing it one time.
Yeah.
I'm glad he wasn't given Bane. Whoever got given Bane, I feel sorry for them.
So we're getting a lot of backstory here.
Yeah.
Apophis is the father. Ooh. Nope.
Nah.
So he came in spaceship to deliver her. Is that the idea? Because the Stargate was closed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Oh God, David, have you just uncovered a plot hole?
It hasn't occurred to me before then.
Because doesn't he come through?
Harrower lands on the
Yeah,
pyramid.
doesn't Apophis come through the gate
The
together?
Apophis comes through the gate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All I
Maybe
know
they already
is that
unburied it.
I found myself spending like 15 minutes yesterday doing like pregnancy math. So relatively speaking, Sharai has probably been on Abydos since before Apophis attacked Earth, which was about 5 months
Poor
prior
Daniel.
to this.
If only he
So
knew.
Kasuf said that she'd been there for more than a season. So presuming an Abydos year is 12 months long, and each season is roughly 3 months long, and Sharai had like a normal human 9-month pregnancy, then she would have come home around her second trimester.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Michael Shanks' acting is great in this
I love
scene.
him.
It is.
So
This
good.
is so good.
I have a horrible question that I kind of don't want answered, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because I think it's important for my knowledge. Which is that, you know, obviously Apophis and Aminette had to physically smash in the traditional sense in order to produce a child. But I've always wondered, like do the Gould just smash for funsies?
No,
what do
they're
they
not
do if
allowed
they get
to.
pregnant? They're not allowed to smash for funsies?
They're not supposed to. No. That's the Hearthcesis is forbidden.
So this is
What if they don't
Robson
produce a
Square
child?
in Vancouver, guys.
And we've been
We
there.
The
stood
Bronze
there.
Bird. We have the Bird of Spring. It's called.
Our Airbnb was like just 20 meters down the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they can't. It's forbidden because the genetic knowledge is passed on to the baby.
But they can't even smash. Like, what if they just don't produce a child, or they,
I don't know. I'm sure they have some
stop
kind of,
System.
Gould, pill.
birth control.
So,
I hope
yeah.
they do, because I feel like they should smash, because they're very they're always about beauty. And
I love it when you say
know.
smash. It's so.
I don't.
It's so,
I just have to say it
so
like
beautiful and meaningful, and it's just smashing.
I don't want to
There's
use all the other words I
Carmen.
thought of.
Carmen
so.
Argenziano.
Okay, yeah. So don't say smash.
Let's move on
Carmen's
from
on screen.
smashing and go back to Carmen.
I'll tell you who's smashing that bald sucker right there.
He is a smashing fellow in terms of appearance.
Can you
This
imagine
is
what
quite
Shari
sad.
is dealing with right now?
Her life
She must
sucks.
feel so disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on several fronts, because pregnancy's no picnic either.
No.
That's the thing, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh God, I forgot about the nudity.
Yeah.
I just thought about the fact that Teal'c was present in the room when she basically just, oh my God, so bad. Horrible.
We
he's been a topic of conversation with my husband.
Yeah. He never comes to bed because he's just so
over
angry.
the
It paces all night.
discussions over dinner.
They should have
we
honestly
can't-
just taken
we-
her back to Earth.
we kind of missed the first part of a goof.
Mm.
I hate it when we do that.
We kind of did. Like, I was going to talk about it later when the second part came into play. But when O'Neill and Carter are talking and descending the stairs, Jack says, "I'm sorry to hear that," as an apology for Carter and her time in DC. But he says something different when the journalist plays back the recording.
Oh God, what a silly goof.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's very silly.
That's new. So everyone's making Smash jokes in the chat.
Everyone stop. I don't like what I've done.
Jed Ted said Hulk smash.
Jed Ted, I didn't know Michael had a kid with Vaitiari Bandera. So yes, that's absolutely. That's Mia Tabitha Shanks. And Mia is...
I thought it was Tatiana.
Oh, is it?
I wrote Tatiana Shanks.
Tatiana Shanks. Where am I getting
Mia? Yeah,
Tabitha?
it is Tatiana. The other one's probably
Mia
his kid with Lexa.
Mia, is that right? Mia Tabitha? Yes. Okay. And then
I think
they
that's
had
his other kid.
and then they had
two
Samuel.
girls and a boy.
So
yeah.
right. So yes, you're absolutely Tatiana Shanks. Yes. Good for you guys. Yep.
Can I just say Michael Shanks' genetics really did a good job. His children are
They did him a favor.
lovely.
For sure.
I hope my kids come out that beautiful. I like that Daniel's having a selfish moment where he's kind of sitting here like, and Teal'c's like, okay, I need you to focus.
Well, the episode has to give him time to adjust to this news, and it does.
Yeah.
So
he's that kind of peak guy that would like in that Keanu Reeves romance I love so much. Was it like, no, it's not a Walk to Remember, it's like something like that, where like this woman's pregnant and he meets her and she's like, my father will be so upset with me, and then he's like, I'll pretend to be your husband and this is our baby, and that's the excuse. He's that kind of dad, he'd have a kid that isn't his.
It's the only time he goes by Jake.
That's weird.
So
can't accept that.
I was listening to your interview from way back when, David, with Jacob. And with Carmen, and Carmen said that Amanda Tapping was wonderfully supportive and he felt a spark with her, which I thought was really sweet.
Aww.
And you can tell because it translates through the screen for sure.
That's why they brought him back. If it didn't work, if Amanda didn't like working with him, they wouldn't have brought him back.
He has such good chemistry with Richie Anson and Amanda Tapping.
Yep.
It's great. He just called her Sam and that threw me off. My shipper heart is floating. Can't deal with this.
I've heard nothing about you.
See, that's the kind of charm I go in with when I meet people.
I find it hard to believe that Jack never knew that Sam's dad was a general.
I do feel like they just haven't talked enough, they haven't really bonded.
Yeah.
Planet after planet. Overnight sleeps on other worlds. It would never come up. I don't know. I have a hard time buying that. This has been a year and a half now. You would know each other pretty intimately.
So apparently, I was just going to talk more about Carmen. So Carmen auditioned for the role. He said he was up against like 10 or so other actors. And he ended up being cast by Mary Jo Slater, who's Christian Slater's mom.
Yes.
Which I didn't know.
Mary Jo cast
cool.
SG1.
That is...
Yeah.
Wow.
She cast the SG1 team.
Yeah, that's so cool. And he thought he'd only be appearing in one episode, but obviously
boy, did he get
an
lucky.
Integral returning character, and he was in 25 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. And Jonathan Glasner and Brad Wright told him their like immediate plan for Jacob, I think on the sets of Secrets.
Okay, so he knew pretty quickly that he'd have to come back for a couple more.
He knew that he'd survived cancer, and that they wanted to have him return for a few more episodes.
Here we go. Simon, my foot. I can't believe I said that. Armin Selig.
Armin.
I love Daniel. He's such a supportive boo. Let's go.
I've cheated on you a couple of times, but I love you.
Yeah, I didn't actually cheat. It wasn't my choice, but yeah. Love me
He
and
was
my kid,
coerced.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Suck it up, man. The next time you see her, it's going to be a little bit more painful.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was an intense episode. Like that episode's gonna
Forever
be
and a
a
Day?
tough time.
Yeah.
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 The first time I was watching it, I didn't quite get it. I had to go back and see it a few times.
I remember when I was a kid, it really confused me until right at the end, and I went, "Ah, okay." Yeah, don't look away. He's he loves you. Chill out. She's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
She's still beautiful, inside and out.
Yeah.
When I had her on the show,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, I want to have you back, please. She was just a ray of light.
Agrees. Yeah, I did watch that
A
interview.
human sunbeam.
Yeah.
And she was so open as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Very
yeah,
open
about
and
everything.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really funny that out of like the relationships he has in SG1, he goes from this sweet, wonderful, loving wife to whatever the hell Vala is later.
Yeah, and
It's
so and like
hilarious.
Sharae, for the most part, has had a very sheltered existence, except when she's, obviously a host.
Yeah.
Compared to Vala.
Vala's wild.
He's just lived a life on the edge.
I love it. I just love that he went for like the complete polar opposite. We didn't even go for it. She kind of like just forced herself into his life and he's had to accept it.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Oh, this conversation.
Don't interfere.
Yeah. She's already been to space.
But he doesn't know that.
Bloody beginning of season 1 too. Sorry. Yeah.
He just thinks that she's settling for a kind of, I guess, a low hanging science job when she's capable of so much more.
Yeah. Doesn't he like realize it's a cover, but he doesn't know what it's a cover for? So
right.
it's
Well,
like,
he just said, yeah, you need your cover story could use some polish.
it's like just assume my job is cooler than you think.
Well, he knows that she works in Cheyenne Mountain, probably like with a microscope in her face.
Yes.
He has no idea that they're going to other worlds.
Thanks to her, he's about to get the best job of his life.
It's true. Absolutely. Hey, Dad, I made in a few calls. We're putting you in a word with the Tok'ra. You're going to find they're going to be very supportive.
You're now part of an alien species, and you're going to have negotiations. Let's do this.
Dad, I've got you a new job.
Ambassador.
The guys from Tok'ra Recruit are going to be in contact.
Right, exactly. We'll be in touch. You may be moving a lot because you're terrorists, but other than
So
that...
this is kind of not really a goof, but kind of. So Jack didn't wear his hat, like his cover, when he left to go to this bar. And like, especially because he's in DC, it's sort of kind of like not very proper for him to go without it. But the way that I kind of justify in my head is
Jack's
that because he's sort of on like more of an unofficial sort of covert, like kind of request from Hammond to gain more intel, that it's not really part of the military, so that's why he's taken the hat off.
That is fair.
But he's not out there getting more information at the moment, is he?
Well, he is kind of. Wasn't he asked by Hammond to sort of poke around a little bit?
Okay.
Doesn't he say that in a minute? Was that now? Or does he say it in a minute? Because he wouldn't have told Hammond because the guy just introduced himself.
That's the thing. Yeah, he just finds out that there's something wrong.
We've all gone quiet listening to this, trying to find the goof.
Yeah, no, I'm totally wrong.
Oh, it wasn't a goof?
No, not that. Well, I guess it was more of a goof than what I thought.
So the dialogue is different.
He literally, no, Jack was literally just going out to get some air.
Oh,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He hasn't told.
But I mean,
yet.
the dialogue goof.
No, yes, that was the dialogue goof. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so it was actually a goof.
Sorry. In the goof, he says my condolences.
Yeah.
Instead of I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, got it. Okay.
That's what I was trying to pick up.
Yeah.
I thought you said sorry, but I wasn't sure. I can't remember what you said about how long the sentence was.
The parabolic microphone was pointed inside of an alternate reality near to ours, so that's the one that he heard. So and a C5 Galaxy is an enormous freaking
That's an
airplane. That is a
amazing microphone.
fat plane. So
Sorry, Jed Ted's just asked in the chat, military can't take their hat off in the bar. No, I think it was more that he left without wearing it. I think he left the affair without it on his head.
they can't take their jackets out without the president telling them so. Or take their jackets off. And you know what? That's going to be really convenient because an enemy of Apophis is about to show up.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's like, go with them.
I really love the end of this episode when it's like, oh, Hera, oh yeah, now Apophis. And it's just like, and Jack and Sam are like, what the hell's going on? We just got here. So I'm very excited.
Oh, Tilt gets to play a bit of dress up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing you're about to meet the Tok'ra.
Yeah, exactly.
Shame they'll be a bit, late because Teal would have shot you.
If only they had been like 2 minutes sooner to get to the Stargate instead of just sitting around yakking in this tent.
It's really frustrating.
Let's expedite this, guys. Speed along.
It's my deepest issue with with science fiction in general. Just in the nick of time,
I like that 200 brings that up and mocks it.
Yep. Was that a boxing reference Hammond was doing? Here we go.
Leak.
I wonder who that could be. Kinsey.
I hate Kinsey so much. Can't wait for him to die.
I don't think you're supposed to like him.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. You're supposed to enjoy hating him.
Yeah.
Not transfer your hatred of all politicians. All right.
Yeah, why don't they just quickly dial right now?
Yeah. God forbid.
Like, quick, dial. And they're just standing around. Like,
literally.
It can only mean one thing.
Uh-oh.
Isn't Hera like technically Apophis' like nephew? So it's like
no, he's Roz. He's Roz. Well, yes, yeah, that's true.
So it's like my nephew's actually here. It's not my husband. We should run.
She doesn't know that though. She thinks it's Apophis.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
See, this is why. This is why the gold sleeps.
Also, guys, this is the third time that Daniel has assisted in a birth. So the first time was obviously off screen, the Yucatan pre-Stargate movie birth.
Second was your favorite.
And then the second was Argos. Yeah.
There we go.
He's practically.
It's getting really good practice.
Stage.
It's a shame he wasn't there to help Marla with hers. He was on the ship when she was giving birth. If he'd gotten there like a few minutes earlier,
that's true. He was there. He wouldn't be calling it a Stargate either. He'd be calling it a Chapter I.
They speak correct. English. Let's forget that.
That's my second irritation about this. Everyone speaks English.
Yeah, at least with like Doctor Who, you have the convenience of like the TARDIS just like translates.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that. I know nothing about Doctor Who. Wow.
I don't see the problem.
It's a lot of assumptions.
Uh-huh. There you go. There's the key. Yeah, like they care.
See, now he's on a mission.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I can't believe we used to give birth without like hospitals and like, anesthetic.
Had no choice.
This is awful.
Yeah. Well, that was the birth death rate was like pretty high.
Pretty bad, yeah. Being a woman back in the day was not fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's fun now either.
No, but at least you have some drugs.
True.
Oh, Daniel. So cute.
So I think I read somewhere, that for a while, anytime that Michael Shanks went to any like conventions, he would tell the story of when they were actually filming this, and she was actually pregnant in real life with his child, and he was just sort of praying that she wouldn't actually go into labor.
So during all his performance, like, he's just stressing.
Meta, yeah.
Yeah. How severely pregnant was she at the time? Was she like right at the point where she could
extremely pregnant?
Early? Jeez.
Well, she looks extremely pregnant, so
well, sometimes they can add like an extra bit of
that's
bump
true.
On the end,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, they might have bulked her out a tiny bit because after she has the child, she does look like she's a little bit slimmer. So maybe they did bulk her out a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
probably
took
right.
That away. Yeah.
Anthony Rawlings said McKay said before doctors the survival rate was 1 in 3. That's awful.
So this building here is the Vancouver Art Gallery.
Yes.
So they just slapped a bunch of
which is actually
on?
actually a 1-minute walk from where the bird was that we saw before.
It sure was.
Spring. Yeah.
It's a little obvious, don't you think, Jack?
So apparently there's a bit of a goof here. The epaulette on Jack's right shoulder is out of place. And then it kind of miraculously fixes itself when he delivers his 1L line as he's walking away.
Typical. Shame you're not going to live long enough to, release it.
Who do you think his source was?
Kinsey.
Was it Kinsey? Yeah.
Yeah, Kinsey would benefit from the
because he's the one who was fighting it the most.
Because he would be able to use the public's leverage against the administration.
That's a good point. I didn't
and hated it
like that. But yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Dan Ben said, "Is there a TV rule that you're not allowed to be on TV sets if you're pregnant?" Don't know. He would have what, Evie?
Oh, I was just going to say, no, I've lost it now.
Well, what's wrong with the epaulette?
It was like it was in and then it pops itself out and then it goes back in again or something.
What a really particular goof that someone's picked up on. Jesus.
I know. I had to like do some pretty deep diving to find that one.
Nah. Wasn't me.
Here we go.
I love this line. 2 L's.
What a gag.
So good. Yeah, what I was going to say is, so Kinsey has fed this guy the information. Would he have then also ordered his assassination?
I don't
no.
I don't think so.
Because Kinsey would have used him as leverage.
Yeah.
The government would have killed him to correct
I
the
think
problem
I think it was the government.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like such a creepy, dark conversation later when Jack's like, well, was it us? And Hammer's like, I hope not,
no.
But it kind of was.
That's the thing that I hate about this scene here is like he raises his eyebrows in the tight shot and then gets run over. It's a very public place. It's pretty cheesy.
It is. His nostrils are different sizes.
They are. He's just been hit by a car. I'm sure a few things are different sizes.
True.
Oh, Jean Deanna Smith said, it always impresses me that Jack singles out someone to call 911. That's the way I was taught. Never just say someone or no one will call. So yeah, you always pick some person to definitely make the call instead of just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really smart, actually.
Yep.
Never thought about that.
Oh boy.
I really like that knife. It's a cool knife.
Yep. Remove him of his brimta.
Mm.
I'll say at least it opens when he
Yeah.
Yes, this
used
time. Yep.
the weapon. It doesn't open when he shoots. Sorry, it doesn't open when he aims his Zat at Shara later.
Mm.
You mean in the next episode?
No, I think it's
In
towards
this one?
the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
in the
makes
next episode, it's
opening
the staff.
sound. Yeah,
So-
no, it makes the opening sound, but remains closed.
Oh boy.
Didn't he sadly die of cancer in real life?
Was it cancer? I don't remember. I was just sad.
I think it says cancer as his cause of death online, but I don't know how true that is.
I've lost count of the amount of people that I know who have passed away
Yeah,
from
this
cancer
says
in the
lung
last few years.
cancer.
So
Yeah,
75.
that's so young. 75.
Yep.
That's awful.
that's young now. Back in the day, it wasn't. People live quite.
He only
you know.
died a few years ago, though.
No, I know. I'm saying that like my boss and I were talking about this, about how like as generations go on, like every generation is going to live a little bit longer than the previous one.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, I just read an article. Within 7 years, we're going to conquer immortality.
7 years.
That'd be nice.
The medical advances of this century are just going to be extraordinary.
Mm.
Maybe some assistance from Offworld.
Yeah, maybe they're using a Stargate to
Yeah.
try and come up with a cure for aging.
This is such a good scene.
I like this, but it feels kind of like, it feels quite cruel, you know. He's just dropped the I have cancer and didn't even give me the one thing I wanted, which was to give you something nice.
And it was so emotionless as
Yeah.
well. Like his delivery was so
it's
emotionless.
really selfish. Like it's selfish, like parenting.
Yeah, like
to do.
break your oath,
Yeah.
you know, to tell me what you're really doing, but no, don't. I mean, that's not what he's asking her to do, but
Yeah, he was
you know.
a knob right there.
Well, he
God,
said in
this
that
is
interview
intense.
that they wanted Jacob to be a tough military man, not too emotional or warm and cozy, I think was the phrase he used.
Mm-hmm.
So he definitely achieved that.
Oh, Ray Wood said my mom died of cancer at age 43. That was 52 years ago. Wow. Sorry. Damn.
Jeez.
Oh, baby's born. That's it.
She's not, you know, conscious enough to understand what you're saying right now. She's tucked away.
Yep.
I'm not going to do that. Hold on.
I think it actually took me a while to realize that was actually Tilk.
Yeah. This is a
And I
great
think
twist.
it took Daniel a second to like recognize the voice. Hang on.
Yeah, she's still pregnant.
That sounds like Daniel. That sounds like Tilk. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, bro. It's just me.
Cool shot. They did well there with a little bit of a tighter shot.
Yeah.
And we see that again in season 8.
Yep. Very excited.
Except it's cheaper to do then.
Jet Ted said the best
Yeah.
giving birth scene, the opening of Assassin's Creed 2. Yeah, you get to control yourself as a baby in the game, like when you're born. So when you're born, you get to move your arms and your legs, and you get to like trigger yourself crying as you're born. So what a weird thing. Love that. A baby's born with hair.
Depends.
Some
like,
of them.
Some are,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and you'll know in advance because you have heartburn.
What?
Really?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
That's
If
bizarre.
a baby has the more hair the baby has, typically the more heartburn you'll have.
I've never
Annoying.
heard that before.
Yep.
I mean, you'll see her again, but she'll die 5 minutes later. So very tragic.
Mm.
I'm kind of glad she died, just because they really like. I felt like that was kind of holding Daniel back a bit. He really needs to kind of come into his own fully as a member of SG1, and I like the fact they
Yeah.
spent the episode having him get comfortable with the idea of continuing his journey despite losing his wife.
So apparently, according to some people, that this is sort of I guess, a partial goof that they get awarded the air medal. Where
Because
are my notes? Yeah, because it isn't, well, first of all, it's not prestigious enough to warrant a flight to DC, and the appearance of the president. And usually it's awarded.
I mean, they just saved the planet, though, so you know.
Yeah, but
Well,
everyone else
but I
doesn't
mean,
know
that's all.
that.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all a secret. And it's usually reserved for duty while in aerial flight.
Interesting.
I mean, didn't
and then
they
of
fly,
course
though?
They were definitely in
Technically.
flight.
they were definitely in flight. Yeah. And apparently later on, Carter's ribbons don't display this air medal.
Interesting. Jane Diata, it's unfair that Daniel and Teal'c get nothing. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they got a pay bump.
Yeah.
And maybe a fist bump. Good job, guys.
That's funny.
Are we sure? Like, he's so. I
As
feel
far
so
as
bad.
Hammond
like
knows, yeah.
Jack can't even
Yeah,
trust his own country.
I'm sure in the back of his mind, Hammond's like, that was no accident.
This is why, like,
It's
you know,
too
people are
convenient.
paranoid, you know, because stuff like that happens. It's like, wow, the convenience of that. Big sus. What are the government doing?
Oh, this is so good, yeah.
He has a different voice than the glass guy, but I don't care because I'm a god and I don't pay attention.
Hogwild, this episode made me hopeful that Harrower would become more involved as an on-screen villain, and I was completely disappointed. Yeah, when he's off in season 4, I was really surprised.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool episode, though.
Yep.
A great plot twist.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't
do
need
those.
you.
Yeah.
With other Goa'uld, maybe.
His earrings are fabulous.
Yes.
Little bit of false god bling.
They're quite big, aren't they? I don't wear earrings that big.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Oh!
The Chapper Eye.
That's right. And no spinning. Because it's the off-world gate.
But we can hear the
Yeah.
spinning.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. The backside is spinning. Oh, I forgot about this. Pushing him into the... Oh, this was great.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Whoops.
That was clever.
Doesn't open. So annoying.
Nope.
Yeah.
Now it's open.
Oh, here we go.
I love this. They arrive. They're like, what the hell?
Right, exactly. Hey, what's up? And the guy in the corner is still, like, is being zapped around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was still being
Oh,
electrocuted.
God.
Oh, now he's gone again. Oh,
Oh, this
now they're
oh,
dead.
it's
Now they're
all
gone.
together.
Okay.
Oh, here comes the knife trick.
I love this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Suck it.
And I learned something from the Nox.
Yeah.
Woocha!
but it still works enough for him to activate the rings.
The crystal it's a different device on the back of the
right.
handles.
That's the one on his finger.
Yeah, it's a different switch. Well, it's on the back of his just above his wrist.
It's that little like cubey bit.
Yeah. Someone explain what just happened.
A lengthy tail.
I love that they're like, oh, thank God that's over. And then like any second.
Nick, I personally like how Zach can disappear stuff. It's a fair point. Oh, here we go again.
What? Yeah. What is right?
Just a minute.
Great.
Everyone's showing up at once.
First episode of season 2. I like the chaos of this ending. It's great.
Yeah. Don't you hate it when you have unexpected guests?
Yeah. I only have like one unexpected guest, and that's my best friend, and she just turns up whenever she wants because she has a key. She's the only one that's allowed to be unexpected.
Oh, fine, Amonette. And she's went and found her gown.
Yeah, she can't see him in you know that peasant garb she was wearing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so Sharae's still in there somewhere.
Well, no, she thinks it because Teal'c went in and did it and faked it. Teal'c was like, "Oh, I'm."
But she gives him like a little. Doesn't she give him like a little?
Yes.
Glance?
So this is Amonette falling for Teal'c's trick, but then a second later, that is
fully
Sharae, like, you know, having Amonette shut her mouth.
Right there.
Yeah. Nobody look around the room too hard.
Yeah, don't follow her gaze.
Yeah.
She looked right at him.
Quite a little romantic moment. Very sad. Yeah, let's go, please. I love that. I'm gonna say, but I will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love that because it's like he has a bit of hope because she looked straight at him, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, a bit of Sharae still lives.
Mm-hmm. And is in control.
Mm-hmm. That's hope. The look on his face.
Yeah, it's a shame it's going to be for nothing in the end.
Yep. Wouldn't you like to go back and check on Abydos later to make sure he didn't bomb the planet from orbit?
That's what I was wondering.
Sure your
actually,
allies were okay.
you want to leave, but Hera's still there. Problems, you know.
Yeah, keep some tabs on Abydos. That might be a nice idea.
Good father, we'll call you back in a day or two. See how you fared.
I like seeing Abydos. It's nice to visit it again. That's an episode, guys.
Wow,
it is indeed.
That was an episode indeed.
That was indeed an episode. I don't hate it. You know, I don't love it. You know, it's all right.
Well, it's definitely not one that I routinely skip.
Really?
Evie skips it.
No,
Whoa.
I don't routinely skip it.
Oh, thank God.
I don't routinely skip it.
Thank God.
Yeah.
No,
there are aspects of this episode that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was Secrets, everyone.